Hey everyone, and welcome to the Curator review of Waves of... I always struggle with this. Atlantide. Atlantide. This is basically a civilization slash battle royale. And one of the things I like about it is in the queue, the production queue. You basically can control all of your territories, like in Civilization, from one screen. So in this game, you've got multiplayer. There's a lobby. You can team up. And you can play single player against the AI. There is a full tutorial that walks you through every aspect of this game. So we can go through here. We can pick the AI. Basically, what happens is in the tutorial, it sets you through that. You set up production, conquer land. I mean, it's a lot, early access. It still reminds me a lot of Civilization with a nice twist, because as you're building and you're competing against your enemy, you find out the real threat is that land starts sinking. So you start losing things. It's actually a really nice twist, and you figure most battle royale, AAA studio, $60, Civilization, $60. This is $12, a happy meal. So, I mean, to get involved in this and have some fun, we're just going to go with the straight AI. And I want to show you all the things I like about this game. Oh, sorry about that. The intro is really loud when you first come in. There's another tone you're going to hear that basically signifies to all the players that the battle royale has begun, and the land starts falling. So basically, these are your cities. Now, all these have to be built two hexes apart as you spread your territory. So first thing we'll do is we'll send him over here. And what I want to show you is all these tabs. The tutorial does cover them. I just want to basically, display them out. So we can hit here. We can tell them to explore these as we do that. From here, you would see all of your different cities. This is what I was talking about in your production queue. So these are the key ingredients. Basically, it's metal, food, research that you're going to use to buy, open up the tech tree. And these are your soldiers. This tile here just basically displays how many tiles you own. This is your food overall and the expense or decrease of food. And then if you click on the research tab, this actually shows you what you can unlock. So if we go ahead and start our queue, and we have one city right now, we can basically just go down the tab here. And when we end up here, we're going to end up with really one soldier and one research. All right, so once I have a few of these unlocked, you can click on these just any empty tile. And we don't have enough yet, so let's keep sending him out here. We got to figure out where the water is. That's important, because that's what direction is going to be collapsing. And then where the enemy is, if we had AI turned on, which I turned off. It's bad enough trying to show you this game, but to compete at the same time, I get attacked so quick. The AI is really good in this game. Metaphor Game has just done a fantastic job on intelligence. They are mean, even on medium. Okay, so I think if we send him up here, we should have enough freed up that we can go ahead and lay a tab. Basically, to place a new city, it's right here, and you can preview. So once they're connected like that, when he finishes, we'll be able to drop this. So now we have two free tabs, and we have a research point. So we're going to put a research point in. And what that allows us to do, so we have our extra soldier here, we can go ahead and send him out. You can also put him in a defensive stance, which is really nice when they're not in use, so if you're protecting your territory or your borders. But once, as you unlock things, you're going to see... Alright, now that's the signification that the Royale has begun. So land is going to be chipping away. But we can set up tiles. You saw all these different areas. So as you research them, you can actually put down the science lab and all of them give you bonuses. So we're going to drop a couple of food here. But the idea is to fill all this out with as much bonuses as you can get. So now we're going to have 2 queues. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So basically we're just going to drop research points and soldiers. And you can load those up. You don't have to stop at 1, but you will exhaust your resources. So when I say that, so if I want to keep doing another queue, I can. Same thing here. And it just queues them all up. If I would go under an individual one, you'll actually see there, in fact, I have my queue. You can see what's holding the queue up, etc., etc. So I'm going to move him up here. I still don't know where the water's coming from. It's really making me nervous. The game moves really fast. It's a good idea to use these hotkeys. Now we've got 2 soldiers. Now this is going to be a group. You can split these apart with the split button, or you can keep them together. I just let them stack up. It just depends on the situation. Once you identify an enemy AI, I'd leave them in pairs. You can have, I believe it's, I forget in the stack, but there is a limit to how many soldiers you can have in a group. So we're just keeping expanding out. All these are bonuses. So you can see this 50%. I wonder if that meant fertility, fragility. I think that meant fertility. I don't know. That might be a bug. It is early access, and you have to keep that in mind. But I mean, other than what could be, I have to Google that. All right, we haven't hit water yet, so we're pretty good so far. You can see it clicked on an idle. You do get little indicators say, hey, production queue is failing, etc., etc. All right, so we're definitely going to need iron. Want research. Soldiers isn't really important to us right now because we don't, but you can see, here we go. I've unlocked another tab. We have more production points. Now, the further you go, the more expensive things get. Now we can unlock another tree. Let's up our iron. All right, so again, individual queue. Here's empty. This means empty. See the double there? That's a double production, so we're good there. I think we're gonna stop with those for now. And we're just gonna focus heavy on research. Again, I can go into the whole queue. Gotta keep them fed. All right, there's the water. Now we're gonna start seeing these collapse. Now picture this. You're losing land, so we're gonna start moving this way. There it goes, it's chipping away. All right, so let's keep exploring. Gonna get more research. Let's see if we can unload. We're gonna build a science lab. And we obviously want to build in the opposite direction that the water is collapsing. We're going to lose that. I mean, this is really a lot of fun. I mean, it's quite a challenge playing with friends, just as challenging as AI. When I talked about defensive positions, I can click on these soldiers and I can tell them to right here. So it's a Q key. That's a defensive station. It basically puts up a little fortification. Alright, we're gonna build another one. We're just gonna keep going down the line here. More points. And it really does become a time issue, so we need more points, more dots. Alright, so we're gonna keep building cities. And this game isn't even done yet. The studio has a whole roadmap lined up, so there's more coming. It ain't done, folks. Oh, look at this. It's just ripping right through. It's gonna split me in half. Now, once all of my cities are destroyed, I'm done. Meaning, I lost. Alright, I don't have that fully explored, so we'll just send them out here. I mean, you can see how fast this game goes. You're really gonna have to get on top of things. We've already lost the city. And you can check on the map here. It's just split us in half, so we're gonna move forward. You can see why this game could be addicting. Alright, now that means I can't build, so I've got a block here, and the blocker is not connected, so we need to get into a position where we are. And it's just, we just gotta explore. Let's move these guys over here. Look at this. I've got the sound down. If you turn it up, the sound effects are really nice as the land is collapsing. And we lost our city. So it does give you a breakdown. There's also another tab that shows you how you're doing against your enemy AI, basically, or your other players. There's a tree, you know, first through second, third, who's doing the best. Gives you a good idea of how well one's doing versus another. There is a lot more to this. Definitely recommend the tutorial. There's a lot more in combat, equipping, you know, basically fortifying your borders. But when it boils down to it, it's really you in the water and strategically placing yourself in a better position than your enemy. And quite frankly, one of the best tactics is taking over their territory and just wiping them out first as fast as you can. So I really recommend the game if you like Civilization, those types of games, and you like the Battle Royale type system where it's pitting you and the players against a collapsing perimeter. This is definitely a great title. I think that Metaphor Games has a really unique spin-off on the two, and hopefully you do too. So The more people that get the game, the more the multiplayer pools. You can invite your friends. I don't have any friends, so I can't invite any. Definitely do the tutorial. But Waves of Atlantide is definitely a unique indie game, which it's basically two genres in one. I love this is why I love indie. So hopefully you found this useful. It wasn't really a play on tutorial. There are some good videos that have been done. This is just basically why I am giving the game a good review for early access. I think they're right on spot for what they were shooting for. They've made it simple for reporting bugs, or if you want to put a suggestion in there on how you can make this harder or easier. I know the team is very receptive, and they're on Twitter as well, and they're very active, very friendly development group. So kudos, hats off. Thanks, devs. It's an absolute pleasure working with you, and thanks to the community, all of our indie streamers and video media coverage for razorsedge.org, our partners. You guys have done a fantastic job of getting spotlights on indie games, and God, keep it up. Such a great community, and let's not stop here. So again, can't say enough about this game. Unique and fun. It's definitely got the fun factor, and strategic. I guess that's the best way to sum it up. So thank you for watching, and thank you for the support, and until next time, we'll be right here. Will you? Take care.